As a postpartum doula, people often ask me about the snoo. Is it worth the money? Should you consider renting it? Will it make your baby addicted to movement? So that's what I want to focus on today, is helping you understand if this is an investment that is good for you and for your family. It's worth saying that this certainly isn't a necessity. There are other bassinet options that are, considerably cheaper, and even a pack and play, or a play yard, something that you'll use for years down the road. And I will link below this video, I'll link some of my favorite bassinets and play yards. But when we're talking about the snoo, just to kind of real quick help you understand what it is. So the snoo is a bassinet, plugs into the wall, and when the baby is laying into a swaddle that's adhered to the mattress. And I'll put up a video here so that you can see what that looks like. Once the baby is secured in there with the Velcro, you push a button and the movement starts, and the sound goes. And so there's white noise and there's movement. And this then continues for the entire time that your baby is sleeping. If your baby starts to wake or gets fussy, the snoo is going to respond to your baby. So the movement's going to get faster, the sound is going to get a little bit louder. And that's what happens throughout the night. Now it's linked to an app so that when you wake up in the morning, you can see, oh, look here, the snoo soothed the baby back to sleep. Okay, this is where, we got the baby up for a feeding and then he went back to sleep and he woke up. You can kind of see what it looks like, what your baby's sleep looked like, and where the snoo was helpful for you. But the price tag is considerably larger, it's considerably higher than just a regular bassinet. There are a couple of options. One is buying it new. You can probably resell it on Facebook Marketplace and make a good chunk of your money back. They seem to have a really high resale value. There's also an option on Snoo's website for pre-loved snoos, and those are going to be a little less expensive. And then there is the option of renting. And I just recently rented a snoo. I wanted to see what that whole process looks like. It's really seamless, and you're able to decide month to month how long you want to have the snoo. And it comes in a box that then folds flat. We stored it under our bed, and then when it's time to send the snoo back, we'll just get the box out, build it up again, and send it back. So to understand why the snoo, why do babies even like the snoo? The reason that newborn sleep can be so difficult for babies is because they've gone from being rolled in a ball in your belly, and it's loud in there, your blood circulation, your heartbeat, all of these things, they're not laying flat. And what we know now is firm and flat is the safest way for the baby to lay, but that's an adjustment for your baby. So as as a newborn or 1 or 2 months old, you lay your baby down in this firm, flat surface, it's challenging for the baby. And so this movement and the snug feeling of the snoo, along with the white noise, really is kind of that trifecta of helping to soothe your baby back to sleep. But it's a reasonable question to think, if I'm, providing this movement, is my baby going to be addicted to this movement? And snoo actually has a weaning feature. So as your baby gets closer to the time that you want to put your baby in the crib, you can utilize that weaning feature. And their recommendation is, I think, a week before you're ready, you're starting to get the baby's arms out and the snoo sacks will unzip. So now the baby's arms are out, and now one at a time is their recommendation. And then you're utilizing that weaning feature. So there's the weaning feature that's helping you to help your baby to transition from that movement and that sound to go into the crib where there's not going to be that movement. So I think it's worth considering. I think it's worth maybe putting on your registry or considering a rental, but it's not something where you're going to go without a necessity in order to have the snoo. But if it's in the cards for you, I think rental is a really great option. And of course, if you can afford to buy it, then that would be a good option as well. If you have questions about the snoo, go ahead and drop them below. I will do my very best to answer those. And you can always check in with me on Instagram. I'm always answering questions over there at New Parents Academy.